Hey there, you're in the right place if you've ever wondered how to create a legacy that truly lasts, especially in midlife when things start to get real. Today, we're diving into the powerful story of Esther, a queen who built a legacy that outlasted her lifetime. But there are some twists in this story that you might not expect. So stay tuned, because we're not just talking about the past, we're talking about you today. So, if you think this is just another Bible study, think again. We're not only going to dive into ancient history, but also look at how you can leave behind a legacy that will make an impact for generations to come. Whether you're navigating career changes, family dynamics, or figuring out what's next in your midlife journey, what's at stake here is everything. How you'll be remembered and the mark you'll leave on the world. Think about this. Have you ever felt like you're not doing enough, or maybe even missing out on what you were truly meant to do? Yeah, midlife can feel like that. A time when we reflect on what we've done so far and wonder if we're really making an impact. But here's the thing, just like Esther, even if you feel like you're on the sidelines, God may be preparing you for something bigger, something that will leave a lasting legacy. Let's talk about Queen Esther for a second. Here's a woman who, quite frankly, probably didn't think she would amount to much in terms of changing the world. I mean, she wasn't born into royalty. She was an orphan who was raised by her cousin Mordecai in Persia. But when she was chosen to become queen, things took a major turn. Little did she know, God was positioning her for an incredible purpose, to save her people from destruction. Esther's story takes place during a time of crisis. The Jewish people were living in Persia under the rule of King Ahasuerus, and Haman, one of the king's highest officials, had devised a plan to annihilate the Jews. Esther, with the help of Mordecai, risked her life to go before the king and plead for her people's safety. Now imagine this scenario. Esther had two choices: stay quiet and save herself, or speak up and risk it all. This is a crossroads moment, much like what many of us face in midlife. The choices we make now determine the legacy we leave behind. Esther chose courage. And because of her bravery, not only were her people saved, but the Jewish festival of Purim was established, a lasting celebration of deliverance. This festival has been observed for centuries, and Esther's story continues to be remembered. So, how does this story connect to your life? Let's break it down. Esther wasn't looking to be a hero. In fact, she was scared, just like we often are when we think about stepping into new roles, taking risks, or changing direction in midlife. But God called her to act, and because she did, her story has inspired countless generations. Midlife is often a time of reevaluation. You start to think about what's really important, where your life is headed, and how you'll be remembered. This is exactly where Esther's story becomes our story. Esther's courage in stepping into her purpose reminds us that no matter where we are in life, God can still use us to make a lasting impact. Have you ever considered that the challenges you're facing right now in midlife might be the very moments God is asking you to step into something greater? Just like Esther, you could be positioned for a purpose you haven't even realized yet. And let's be honest, by the time we hit midlife, we all have our own Haman, that person or obstacle that seems impossible to defeat. But just like Esther, we have the opportunity to rise above and create something meaningful out of those struggles. Now, I want to give you something practical. How can you start building a legacy like Esther's? Here's a simple 3-step formula that can help you get started, no matter where you are in life. Step 1. Identify your platform. Esther was given the palace as her platform. You might not be living in a royal palace, but you do have influence. Whether it's in your family, your workplace, or your community, recognize the space where God has placed you. Step 2. Take courageous action. It's not enough just to have a platform. You need to act. Esther took a huge risk by going before the king uninvited, knowing that it could cost her life. What's one courageous step you can take this week? It might be as simple as having a difficult conversation or stepping into a new leadership role. Step 3. Celebrate your wins. Esther's actions led to the Jewish people's deliverance, which was commemorated through the festival of Purim. Don't forget to celebrate your own victories, big or small. Maybe it's something as simple as reflecting on a hard season you made it through, or celebrating a milestone in your personal growth. And just like the festival of Purim, it's important to create traditions or markers in your own life to remember the moments God has shown up and helped you through. Let's take some time to reflect. I want you to really think about these questions because they can help you start building your legacy today. What platform has God given you right now? How can you use it to make an impact? What courageous action have you been avoiding? What's holding you back from taking that step? How can you mark or celebrate the victories, big or small, that you've already experienced? Now, I want to take things a little deeper. A lot of people get stuck thinking that legacies are only built through huge, groundbreaking moments. But here's the truth. Legacy building is often found in the small, everyday acts of faithfulness. It's in showing up for your family, making intentional decisions, and being consistent in your faith. You don't have to be a queen or save an entire nation to leave a legacy. You just need to be willing to step into the moments God gives you, like Esther did. It's about being faithful in the little things, which add up to a big impact over time. So here's the takeaway. Esther's story reminds us that no matter where we are in life, whether you're feeling lost, overwhelmed, or just wondering what's next, God has positioned you for a purpose. It's not too late to leave a lasting legacy. If this video encouraged you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more studies like this that go beyond the surface and really dig deep. Next week, we're diving into something huge, personal growth and fulfillment through the transformation of Paul. You won't want to miss it, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. See you next time.